Alright, it's day 3 of the Advent calendars. Let's start off by taking a look at the city calendar. Day 3 is in the upper right hand corner, and we have ourselves a mailbox. Yesterday we had a kid wanting to mail a letter, and now we have a place to put it. Alright, so here's day 3 of the city Advent calendar. We have mailbox, put its door on. I find it actually easier with these to put the locking part, the top part on first, and then snap in the hinge like that. And then we have this weird thing that they've been doing with the city ones where they have a 2x4 wedge piece as the base. They did this in past years too. I don't quite understand the thinking behind that. And I guess this mailbox is supposed to be along a brick wall with some greenery for some festive color. And then that goes there, and then the lid goes on top. So we have ourselves a mailbox. The door can open, and the little dude with the letter can walk up to it here and put it in the slot, like so. Alright, Friends Advent Calendar. And again, we look at door number 3 is up here in the top right. And we're going to be building a little ice cream truck, ice cream cart. Alright, so here's day 3 of the Friends Advent Calendar. Now, one of the things about Advent calendars is, unlike regular Lego sets, they never give you steps. They always just give you a picture of everything. And some of the parts will be attached with little arrows showing you how to do it, but I think this is actually a bit harder to build, especially for someone not accustomed to building Lego sets. On the other hand, I mean, I don't mind a challenge, but I worry that people who are new to the Lego as a discipline might find it more challenging than they might want to. And then they go and buy a big set and it's like too easy. So I wonder if that's actually a thing or if I'm just worrying too much. Probably I'm just worrying too much. So this is nice. Oh, it's a popcorn stand, not an ice cream stand. They're using the ice cream element. And the popcorn piece looks like it goes back there. So we're going to put these little white balls. Normally are scoops of ice cream, but in this case they are popcorn kernels. Alright, so we have little popcorn stand. 2 extra pieces as usual, and they didn't give us an extra coin, which is odd because a 1x1 piece is they usually give us an extra one. So that's a surprise. So I guess after our fella drops off his letter for Santa, he'll come over here and buy some popcorn, except there's nobody there to sell it to him, so he'll have to leave. Not much of a story, but got to work with what we have. And finally, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy Advent Calendar. Day 3. Open that up, and we got, this is I'm not sure what that is. I know I told you I was going to watch the show. I haven't done it yet. Sorry. But I will watch it. Okay, here's day 3 of the Guardians of the Galaxy Advent Calendar. And we are building a Kyln Hoverbot. K-Y-L-N. This is otherwise known as the prison drone from Guardians of the Galaxy 1. So from the movie, not from the holiday special that we've been hearing about. I have seen the movie. I have not seen the holiday special. I know I said I was going to watch it. I will watch it, but I haven't watched it yet. And But the movie was a few years ago that I last saw it, about 5 years ago, and I don't remember all the details, so I should probably rewatch that too, like I have time for that. Anyway, but this is a prison drone from the movie. And you'll notice that I'm not necessarily building it in the way indicated by the thing, like it says to build this sub-assembly separately and then stick it on. I think that's useful as a way of explaining how it's supposed to be, how the finished product is supposed to go. And also I know that Lego sets are designed to be built even with only one hand for accessibility reasons. But I find that this way works better for me. I just put pieces onto the main model, usually, even when it is a sub-assembly like this. And it's not really a step 1, 2, 3 thing, it's just explaining how it's done. I like this model not so much because of the finished design, but for the parts it contains. We've got ourselves 6 really of these snot brackets. Snot, of course, means studs not on top. Very useful for building parts with studs going in any direction. And these parts here, they've got a little hole on the top, and I like to hide that whenever I can with those parts, because I don't like the look of that. Although the other side of that part has a mold injection point, so you kind of can't win either way. The mold injection point or the hole. Take your choice. You're going to have one or the other with those. But I think the mold injection point is a little bit less objectionable. So this is what it looks like when you build it, but I think it's supposed to go the other way around. On Jay's Brick Blog, it's presented like this as the Hoverbot, and I think that's probably the right way to do it. But the instructions have you building it upside down effectively. So there's our kiln Hoverbot, and I'll put in our friends and our city models and their spare parts, and that is day 3 of our 3 advent calendars that we're doing this year. As I mentioned yesterday at the end of the video, I thought it might be fun to have a model built out of the parts we've gotten so far, and with so many interesting pieces in today's models, I decided I would take a stab at that, and here's what I came up with. It's a robot that can rewind your tapes for you, so you no longer need a pencil to stick it in the holes and wind the tapes. You can just stick the tape in his little slot, and he goes, and then you open the door, and your tape is rewound. So there you go. Happy 3rd of December. Let's see if you can come up with something as good or better from these parts that we've gotten so far. Hope you're having fun building yours, and see you tomorrow.